5 simple psychological hacks that make labor easier. There's been a lot of research about the power of psychology and neuro-linguistic programming and how it can help during the birthing process. So here are 5 of the best. And what I absolutely love the most about this, it's simple, it's effective, and anyone can use this to have a better birth experience. In case you are new here, I am Marie with Birth Bliss. I am a childbirth educator, a clinical hypnotherapist, NLP practitioner, and holistic health coach. And my mission is all about empowering you with mind-body tools so that this journey to motherhood is happier and healthier. And if you like the sound of that, please click on that subscribe button. And stick around right to the end because I have a bonus tip about how to use psychology to better communicate with OBs and labor nurses. All right, here we go. 1, anchoring. Anchoring is a technique from neuro-linguistic programming. It's where you associate a specific touch or gesture or even smell with a feeling. And for birth, we want a feeling of feeling calm and in control. This is like a mental shortcut. You know how when you smell the smell of cookies, it might instantly transport you right back to grandma's house and all the warm, fuzzy feelings that were associated with her love and care. You see, smell is an amazing anchor for emotional response. And during pregnancy, you can associate an aroma that you love with feeling calm and relaxed. Then when you're in labor and you inhale that same aroma, it'll instantly trigger feelings of calm relaxation. And in the description box below, you'll find links to 3 of my very favorite natural scents that have been well researched and are shown to calm the nervous system. And I'm sure you're gonna love them. And one of the ways you can use this at the hospital is just to have it on something that's really easy and accessible, like this little lava rock. And you just inhale and boom, you're instantly transported to that same feeling of calm relaxation. Okay, so you can also use touch or a gesture as an anchor. During my pregnancy, my husband and I created this touch anchor where he would just place his hand on my shoulder, and when I felt that, I would practice relaxing deeply. We did this dozens and dozens of times, and the repetition is super important. That's what creates the neurological link between the feeling of being relaxed and the anchor, whether that is a smell or a touch. Then, during labor, when I was resting in the tub, I was already pretty relaxed. But my husband, when he put his hand on my shoulder and just whispered our anchoring words, it was like I melted. I got so much more relaxed, and that felt amazing. So relaxation anchoring is a really super duper way to use your brain's innate neurocircuitry to your advantage during labor. And as a little aside, sometimes because of certain experiences we've had in the past, we can develop like an accidental association anchor that actually can work against us. Okay, so what do I mean by that? One of my Better Birth students had a lot of negative experiences at the hospital when she was a teenager. And just breathing in that antiseptic hospital smell, it immediately just triggered these feelings of powerlessness and stress in her. So during her pregnancy, she had to work really hard at creating new neurological connections to override that original anchor. And creating a calming scent anchor and bringing that into the hospital with her was a huge step in that process. So if you happen to also be in the I hate the hospital smell boat, then this could be a really helpful strategy for you too. Okay, now on to number 2. Relaxation between contractions. Now, here's something really important to understand. In an average, let's say 10-hour labor, you're going to spend about 7 hours resting between the contractions, and only about 3 hours are actually in a contraction. So 70% of labor is the space between contractions. So then how do we maximize that? How do we make it better? Deep relaxation. Here's a mistake too many women make. In labor, women often spend those minutes in between worrying and stressing about the coming contraction. One mama told me, during my first labor, I got so overwhelmed because as soon as one contraction would come, I was already dreading the next one. And I totally missed out on the rest periods because my mind was just spinning and I was worrying about that looming contraction to come. And too many moms are just like that mama. And when that happens, psychologically, you never get a break. And without breaks, it makes labor so much harder. Instead, deeply relaxing your mind allows you to relax your body and truly recover your energy, helping to ensure that you have the power, the strength, and the stamina for the entire journey of labor. Plus, practicing deep relaxation, it gets your brain out of the fight or flight stress response, keeping your muscles loose and keeping that all-important pain-blocking hormone, endorphin, at record high levels. So the science behind this is that when we practice relaxing, our bodies actually release endorphins. And endorphins are our natural pain blockers. So we want as many of them flowing in our bloodstream as we can possibly have during the labor process. And relaxation is a big piece of that. Okay, number 3, reframing. Reframing is about changing the way that you perceive a situation. In life, there are the things that happen to us, and then there are the stories that we tell ourselves about what happened. And I will let you in on a little life secret. It's the story that you tell yourself that matters the most. The story determines the impact of the experience. Take the story our culture tells women about contractions. Contractions are terrible, worst pain ever, suffering. So unsurprisingly, a lot of us have negative associations with the word contraction. It immediately equals pain in our minds. But you can change that story. Instead of seeing the contractions as painful, you could choose to see them as a powerful surge that is bringing your baby closer. Now, there are other ways we can accurately describe the work of the uterus, rather than just contraction. Surge, wave, rush, these are all good options and also truthful. Surge. The uterus literally surges up and gets high and pointy as the muscle engages. Wave. The uterine muscle isn't like a light switch where it's like on or off. No, it's not like that. It's like a wave. There is a ebb, there is a build, there is a crest, and then there is another ebbing away. Rush. There is a tremendous amount of energy that rushes through the body as the muscle engages and then rests. And by shifting your words, you reframe your perspective and reduce fear. And I know it sounds crazy, but just changing that one word can help you embrace each surge, wave, or rush as a positive step in your birthing journey. 4, affirmations. Now, our thoughts are incredibly powerful, and what we tell ourselves can help to shape our experience. During labor, repeating positive affirmations like, I am strong, I can do this, my body knows how to give birth. These affirmations can be written down and placed around your birthing space or just silently repeated just in your mind. And during pregnancy, affirmations are great to listen to while you are getting ready in the morning, driving to work, cleaning up around the house. The key here is consistency and repetition. And to make this super duper doable for you, I've created and recorded birth affirmations. You can access them for free right here on YouTube. Number 5, rehearsal. In your mind, rehearse having a good birth experience before the big day. Here's why this works. The brain doesn't differentiate between what it imagines and what's real. For example, if right now you just close your eyes for a moment and imagine the cutest little puppy. Imagine seeing that puppy and how sweet and adorable she is. And now imagine that you're petting the little puppy and she's just snuggling in and you are feeling that soft puppy fur. Now, if we had been actually monitoring your brain while you did that, here's what would happen. When you imagined seeing the puppy, the visual centers in your brain would suddenly light up. And when you imagined petting the puppy, the tactile centers would light up. And when you imagined how sweet the little puppy is, your brain released dopamine, another powerful, natural feel-good drug. So imagining created real neurological changes in your brain, even though there's no puppy. These changes happen because your brain treats the imagined experiences as though they are real. Now, here's how to use this rehearsal or visualization technique for labor. To do this, simply picture your ideal birth setting. Imagine yourself calm, in control, and experiencing a smooth and easy labor. And really go ahead and engage all of your senses in this imaginative journey. See the room and the colors and the physical textures, the soft sheets, the cozy bathrobe. Hear the sounds of your support person encouraging you. In neuro-linguistic programming, we learn that making the image bigger and brighter and more colorful, more saturated with positive emotions, makes the visualization more powerful. And rehearsal helps to create a mental blueprint, making the actual experience much less daunting and more manageable. So here's my invitation. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing a positive birth. This technique not only eases fear, but it trains your mind to expect a positive outcome. And yes, I have created a birth meditation for you too. And at just 12 minutes in length, it's really easy to fit into your day. And it's totally free and available right here on YouTube for you. Okay, are you loving this? Do you want to go deeper? Then I'm going to invite you to join my completely free, on-demand, Love Your Birth mini workshop. You'll find the description and all the details down below. Okay, and rehearsal has a super cool side benefit. What is it? You'll start to notice positive birth culture around you. Here's the neuroscience behind it. Rehearsal turns on your reticular activation system. That's like your brain's algorithm to prioritize bringing in more of what you're focusing on into your life and your awareness. It's like when you watch and engage with videos like this, it tells the algorithm that you want more videos like this. Rehearsal helps your reticular activation system do the same thing just in your life. And that is a win-win, because not only does it prime your brain to see birth as positive, it also helps you recognize and see positive birth culture around you, even though that's not the primary cultural narrative. Pretty cool, right? All right, bonus tip time. How to use psychology to better communicate with medical staff. Now, in my 20 years of working with birthing mamas, I cannot tell you how many times women have told me that they felt railroaded into something they didn't want during labor. And this is a really tricky line since you want the medical expertise and support, but you also want your preferences and your needs respected. So how do we get both? Get the medical staff on your side right from the start. Now here's the psychological tip to make that happen. Approach the whole situation from a spirit of collaboration. Most medical professionals entered the profession because they are deeply caring people who want the best outcome for you and for your baby. So when you get to the hospital, have a good conversation with your labor nurse about what is important to you. Want to labor in water? Tell her. Music lifts your spirits? Let her know. Hoping to hold off on the epidural or avoid it completely? Share that too. Want privacy with just you and your partner? Let her know. Want her to suggest alternatives before medical interventions? Ask her for her support. By making her part of your team right from the start, she is so much more likely to advocate and support you in the way that you find the most helpful. When one of my Better Birth students, Sarah, was in labor, she found out that the delivering doctor, a rather older traditional OB, preferred women to deliver laying on their back. And because Sarah had already established this really good rapport with her labor and birth nurse, she was able to ask her nurse to help so that she could birth in a squat, leaning up against her husband. Sure enough, the nurse came up with the plan. Everyone got into position, and only when the baby's head was just starting to emerge did they call in the OB. At that point, he assessed the situation, looks at Sarah and says, "Oh, looks like that position is working for you. Push down and birth your baby." Sarah got a much more empowering birth experience because of the good rapport that she established with her medical team. And I want this for you too. And I will say that it is much, much easier when you choose the right medical people in the first place. To help you with this, when you join me for the free Love Your Birth mini workshop, you'll get my guide to choosing the right medical support team, which includes reflection prompts for you and 12 questions to ask potential OBs or midwives so that you can find someone who is in good alignment with you. Psychology paired with the power of your mind is an incredibly effective tool. And with these techniques, you have the power to enhance your experience. Now be sure to subscribe to this channel for more tips and support on your journey to motherhood. Thank you so much for watching. And now check out this simple energy hack that completely changed my pregnancy, and I believe it will change yours too. See you there.